Alright, so there's a lot in Legend of the Five Rings where there's a bit of complexity that shows up when you decide certain strategies. But typically things in L5R all come down to a single decisive battle, or you just fulfill some conditions. And then congratulations, due to fulfilling the conditions, you win. Well, the limited phase of L5R is where a lot of the confusion really sets in. But it's just because of the same thing you find in any other card game. Complex strategies and combinations cause weird things to occur. So, let me explain it. In the beginning of the game, usually you're just going straight to the dynasty phase and you're dumping gold and personalities so you can get stuff to build in your later phases. In the beginning of each term, there's an events phase which covers events and regions. There is then the limited phase and open action phase, which covers the meat of what I'm going to talk about right now. And then you have the battle phase. We've already covered these in other videos. But right now, I'm going to show you how the limited phase can go. And this is not going to be a simple, basic video. It's not the best. Someone could probably come up with a crazier scenario than this. But a lot of different reactions and counteractions are going on through these limited phases. I don't have decks for this either. I just have cards. I'm not a Scorpion Clan player, but I have a Scorpion Clan stronghold with a few Scorpion Clan personalities. And I'm not a Crane Clan player, but I have a Crane Clan fief set up here so you can see Crane Clan personalities interacting with the rest of the game. We have, on the one side we have Bayushi Kachiko, and on this side we have Kakita Toshimoko. Those are the primary players in the game and people at the highest rank, though this guy is going to prove really interesting, and strangely enough, he's going to prove really interesting. The scenario is this. It's been a long, nasty game. The Scorpion Clan has been beaten pretty hard. The Crane Clan haven't so much been very powerful, but because the Crane Clan and the Scorpion Clan are both tricky in two different ways. The Crane Clan is right now sitting at 35 honor. They can bow their stronghold and the 2 holdings they have to gain the 5 honor required to win the game on the beginning of their next turn. And so it's looking very bad for the Scorpion. The Scorpion are not in a position to win, but they might as well still play out their turns. Well, the turn goes to the Scorpions. The Scorpion have just a little bit of gold they're going to put aside in their stronghold to do something in the Dynasty phase. They kind of need more personalities to try to win the game. They're not going to have a very good chance of it. They essentially have 2 more turns. Oh yeah, at this point these guys will be bowed out. We'll also say that this guy was bowed out for the idea of secrecy of this one. This makes it a bit more of a realistic challenge. So he's been bowed out. And what we have here is on the Scorpion Clan turn, thinking, well, what can we do? I have a dishonored Bayushi Dozan. He's not going to be doing too much, but he's got a decent weapon on him, and he can help out. I don't have any spells to put on Yogo Shidachi. So I have here the Scorpion Clan hand. Looking at this, well, that's right. My draws of last turn actually were very fortuitous. I had one of these kicking around my deck just in case I needed to do something strange. Remember how the Crane Clan needed to bow certain holdings to gain 5 honor so they can win the game? Well, I'm going to bow out a Diamond Mind, which makes 5 gold. Spend it for the Fist of Osana Wo as a limited action onto Yogo Shidachi. I then pass the limited action phase over to the Crane. I say, Crane, do you want to do something? One of the things they could potentially do is have Kakita Toshimoko bow to challenge Yogo Shidachi to a duel and kill Yogo Shidachi before he can cast a spell. It's a really good idea. However, Bayushi Kachiko has an ability that allows her to do her thing. And here's the funny thing. It's the limited phase, right? For the Scorpion, the Crane Clan have limited actions here, limited actions here. Their open action guys bowed out. So they're not going to have much of reactions. The Crane are going to grit their teeth, pass their turn, and Yogo Shidachi is going to bow to cast this spell, the Fist of Asana Wo, which during the limited phase performs an elemental action that destroys a holding in play. How convenient. We're going to blow up their dance troupe. The Crane are not very happy now that the fist of an angry god has come down and destroyed their dance troupe. After all, they were enjoying their dance troupe, even though the dance troupe was mostly just drawing an honor for them. So that has happened, and the Crane are now very angry. Well, that's cool and all, but we have, stuff we have to do. Kachiko is going to hold her open action. She has an open action. She could do that and as kind of like a counter effect. So we'll see what happens there. So as a Scorpion player, we draw a card. Oh, Mary's a Barbarian. That would be helpful during the limited phase. So Scorpion Clan goes to pass their turn. During the Dynasty phase, they bring Bayushi Kachiko into play. They kind of need to. They need everybody they can to hold down the fort, just in case, because the Crane aren't very weak over here. The Crane have enough force to go out and actually try to do something in battle. So the Scorpion needs some kind of defense. Crane Clan is about to play their second to the last turn, pretty much. Well, almost, since they had their one holding destroy that was going to give them that victory. But they have an alternate plan. They straighten out. Now, they could do... He can go grab the Imperial Favor right now. But the Crane are going to be sudden and devious and destructive and get some things taken care of. If they don't do certain things first, Bayushi Kachiko has the ability to perform her open action. She'll be bowed, and bowed personalities are not legitimate targets for a lot of actions. Limited actions usually can't target bowed personalities. Open actions usually can't target bowed personalities unless the action somehow unbows them. Bowing someone out actually does give them kind of a bit of immunity because they're off doing something else. Well, here's the thing. Kakita Toshimoko has a special ability as a limited person to challenge people to duels of honor. But why do that when you can do something that gives you the ability to, I don't know, gain 5 honor? Aijitsu challenge. I can challenge someone to a duel. Well, the winner of that duel gains 5 honor. If you refuse it, you lose 7 honor. Now, at this point, let's say the Scorpion aren't too far behind the honor game. A loss of 7 honor would make it so there's no way they could possibly win this. Now, it's very possible they want to just dishonor the target. Dozan's already dishonored, so going after him would be actually really kind of fun. Come on after me. I have the weapon after all. What they're going to do is Kakita Toshimoko, his player doesn't exactly, play for flavor. He's going to target Kachiko. Aramoro's not in play anymore. He died in earlier battles, so Kachiko cannot be defended by Aramoro, and she is mostly going to die at the hands of Aijitsu challenge. At this point, the Scorpion player actually lights up and decides to accept the duel, because the Crane clan did not expect this to happen this day. Bayushi Dozan plays He's Mine. Bayushi Dozan has the following thing he can do. He's Mine allows you to redirect a duel. Now, there's nothing else in this card that restructures how the duel is going. So what happens is this target of the duel becomes Dozan instead of Kachiko, which means it's not like he's now starting the duel. No, he's starting the duel still. So he still has the effect of being first in the duel. That's going to matter a lot. Let me talk to you about how duels work. When you throw on a duel, when it counts as a duel, first of all, keep in mind your hand and keep in mind any special weapons you have in the personality. Things happen whenever you have a duel start. What you do is you also keep in mind the chi of each personality. 4 for Bayushi Dozan, plus 1 for a total of 5. Kakita Toshimoko is walking around with 8 chi. He's got a no dachi. He needs force this battle because he was fighting in war as opposed to just walking around court killing people. He's got a chi of 8. He does not have the double chi trait, but he really should at this point. It's very likely the Scorpion clan destroyed his Star of Lariman earlier. In any case, what we have here is we now have this new duel starting between Dozan and Toshimoko. And Dozan is going to lose. Well, he's going to focus, though. I'm going to focus a card. Now here's the funny thing. He's got 5 chi walking into this. He's got 8 chi. If this card is a 3, they tie, and they'll both be destroyed. If it's a 4, he'll win, and it'll kill Toshimoko. Toshimoko doesn't know what he just dropped. Has no clue. Here's the funny thing. Worse than that, Ryokan's sword gives him some kind of ability to draw cards off top of his deck. So if he wants to go into a focus war, I can start drawing cards off the top of my deck instead to fill in the gaps. Which is kind of a random way to do it. Some decks are nice that way, but most decks don't do it that way. Toshimoko's thinking, you know what? I need to focus at least once. Focus something amazing so I can just get any kind of doubts of him reaching up to smack me out of the way. So, the Crane Clan player looks at their hand and goes, you know what? I have some cards that I don't have a really good use for. Face down right here. You're not going to get away with this easily. The Ryokan Swords thing is going to have to be used because I only have a bunch of small cards in my hand. They're useful for political tricks. They're not useful for a duel. That's right. These guys are suffering right now. So we're going to draw a card off top of our deck. And does Ryokan's Sword say how it gets put on the deck? Ryokan's Sword says, do not look at this focus until a strike is declared. So it is dropped in secret. A lot of cards drop their cards openly. But the second card is dropped right there. And the Scorpion Clan guy is very much worried, but also secretly smiling on the inside. The Crane Clan's going, I'm facing off against 2 cards, one which is dropped randomly. Right now, I know I'm rocking a really huge chi. If I don't strike now, he can pull off some kind of nasty trick. So Toshimoko's player is going to call a strike. When you call a strike, it means the duel goes to an end and you just resolve your values. 4 plus 8. He's got 12 chi. He's suddenly rocking out so hard that there's very few ways for him to win at this point. 5 plus... if he had 2 4s there, 5 plus 8, that's what he needs to beat Toshimoko's chi. He did one better than that. Strike of Flowing Water was the card he dropped, which doubles the value of the next card. Knowing that Ryokan's Sword there, having whatever that is double, well, oh crap, that's lucky. Offer of Fealty. I have some unaligned personalities in the deck. Totori and Daira found their way to the dead pile, though, during earlier battles. That 4 focus suddenly doubles up to an 8. So just in those cards alone, he's got 11 chi. In an unexpected move, because you probably have an experienced player playing the game harshly against a guy who's trying to win with awesome cards, Bayushi Dozan cuts down Kakita Toshimoko and wins 5 honor. However, it doesn't go to the Scorpion Clan player, it re-honors Bayushi Dozan. So he's now kind of immune to certain effects. This is pretty nasty. So limited effect goes off. As a reaction to that, oh, guess what? The Crane can't actually do something about that. It's no, it's their turn, it's limited, right? They can drop this, there's a Nemesis card, but Doji Kawanan is going to decide to become a Nemesis to Bayushi Dozan because Bayushi Dozan just killed his sensei. So that's a thing. Also, the Ring of Fire is in the Crane Clan player's hand. Had the Crane pulled this trick on the Scorpion, they could play this. You play the Ring of Fire, which is a Johnny Cash song, but it also allows you to drop the ring if you defeat an opponent that had a higher chi. 8 chi for Toshimoko, 5 chi for Bayushi Dozan. That would have been a great card for the Scorpion to have, but they didn't have it. The Crane had it. So the Crane are all kinds of jealous this turn. They lost the duel, they lost honor, or the Scorpion gained honor, and re-honored the dishonorable guy, and then they couldn't play a Ring of Fire. Funny, right? They should have almost had, you know, Doji Kawana do something about it instead of having the big master walk over there. Well, after a duel, all of the cards you play get discarded. Crane Clan are a little bit miffed right now because their first attempt to be cool during the limited phase just got ousted. So at this point, they can kind of fall back. They can bow to gain the Imperial favor. Kodosh have the Imperial favor now. And, of course, the Scorpion don't really have much of open actions. You can reduce honor with this. Or reduce his honor, so if he has any kind of cards that give him honor or power in battle due to his honor rating, they'll be negated. So she'll do that. As a result, we have quite a few things going on here where the limited phase was used to great effect to start duels, throw things around. We destroyed holdings. These guys can gain 1 honor, 2 honor off their stronghold, and that's about it. So, as you can see, a limited phase is a very strange thing where also you don't just want to pass actions. If the opponent just wants to play 1 limited action, and you pass a turn, and they pass next, just like in battle, that ends it. So, limited phase is very much a balance. The Scorpion did have a Philosopher's card kicking around that allows him to play actions for free. It doesn't do anything, it just counts as an action. So, the limited phase has a bunch of very strange things that can happen, and this was a very small taste of what that could be.